Hello students. Today we are discussing about the microeconomics third chapter, the important concept, the shapes of the short run cost curve. In the last video we discussed about cost function short run cost concept we studied, and this table is very important. In the next in this video we are discussing about the shape of the short run cost concepts. According to this table, they are framed here diagrams, and they are taken from the data from a previous topic table. And today we are discussing about the shapes of the short run cost curve. Their main concept are TC and TVC and TFC. Here TC means total cost, TVC means total variable cost and total fixed cost. In the TC, it will be the TC means here the TFC plus TVC is equal to TC. We are getting, we can see here the curve of the TC curve is above the TVC and TFC here. Because of TC always be above the both curve here. TFC plus TVC is equal to, we get the total cost here. And these curve TC curve and TVC curve are the here. It means there are total fixed cost and total variable cost and total cost curves are the for the firm, and total cost is the vertical sum of the total fixed cost and total variable cost, and total variable cost and total cost curve are the typically firm, and TFC it is the constant here because of reason of 20 pieces we have taken the constant. It means same amount 20 20 20, that is the reason it's a constant. It means a straight line of the TFC. And here these are the typically firm, the curve are the typically firm here. This is the shape of the TFC, TVC and TC curve. And next another one AFC. AFC means average fixed cost. Average fixed cost is the ratio of the TFC to Q, and TFC is a constant here. TFC it is the constant, and it means 20 20 20. We get the TFC divided by Q is equal to, we get the AFC here, average fixed cost. The here this curve slopes downwards from a left to right here, AFC curve, and here frame the rectangular shape here, rectangular shape. It is called a rectangular hyperbola. It is called a rectangular hyperbola. It means AFC moves towards 0. It means suppose 0 agitandra it will be considered 0, but in the diagram we are not considered here 0. We are start from here. And next, if we multiply any value of a Q of output with its corresponding AFC, we always get the constant, namely TFC. Here TFC it is the constant 20 20. Here for example 20 divided by 0 we get the 0, and 20 divided by 1 20, and 20 divided by 2, like this we get the numbers, and numbers ಅನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತಿ, the curve AFC curve slopes from left to right downwards, but here make the rectangular shape here Q0 FC and Q1 quantity 1 here. This is called a rectangular hyperbola it is. And next another one AVC, SAC and SMC. AVC means average variable cost, and SAC means short run average cost and short run marginal cost. We know that AC and MC curve shape is a U shape, and AVC curve also shape is a U shape. ನೀವು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ the table ಅನ್ನು ನೋಡಿ ನಂಬರ್ ಹಾಕಿ ನೀವು ಕರ್ವ್ ಅನ್ನು ಹಾಕಿದ್ರು ಸಹಿತ ಸೇಮ್ ಶೇಪ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾವೆ. ದೇರ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ನೋ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಶೇಪ್ಸ್. ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ shape is a U shape. But here marginal cost, marginal here marginal product and average product curve was a U, but ulta U shape, ulta U with, but it is a correct U shape here. AVC curve and SAC curve and SMC curve shape is a U shape. We can see here na diagram here. This one SMC curve, marginal cost curve, it is comes like a look like a U shape. It is a universally we are look at U shaped curve of a SAC and ABC and SMC. We call that a U shape. We can see here this one is the SMC curve, this one is the SAC curve, and this one is the ABC curve. Always it's cuts the both curve SAC and ABC curve cuts the MC curve. This P point is the equilibrium point of SMC curve is equal to the ABC. Here S also equilibrium point. Here S point SAC equal to the SMC. It means marginal cost equal to the average cost in the S point. Here Q1 quantity and here Q2 quantity here in this here. But always ABC curve is below the SAC curve. Average cost ginta ABC yavaglu below irtavu. ಅಂದ್ರೆ average cost ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಹೈ ಆಗಿರ್ತೈತಿ. ನೋಡಿ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಪ್ಯಾರಿಸನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ SMC curve and ABC curve in here this point and this point in the beginning is average cost is greater than marginal cost, and when touch the S point both are equal, but again it is a MC, it means marginal cost is greater than average cost here. And same thing ABC curve also. Andre beginning ಏನಿರ್ತೈತಿ average cost average variable cost high ಆಗಿರ್ತಾವೆ marginal cost ಗಿಂತ, but it's reached the certain level the marginal cost is rising, but average cost and ABC average variable cost also decreasing in the short run, in the only short run, not a long run, short run ಒಳಗೆ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ. These are the shape of the cost treatment, short run cost concepts. And another one very important concept, very important concept, that is the long run cost or shape of the long run cost curve here. This is very important, 4 marks and 6 marks question it is. Okay, long run cost ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ 4 marks ಸಿಗೈತಿ. ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ದ ಶೇಪ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಲಾಂಗ್ ರನ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕರ್ವ್ ಅಂಥೇಳಿ 6 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಸಿಗೈತಿ. ಇದ್ರಾಗ ಎರಡರದಾಗ ಒಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ, 4 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಅವರ 6 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್. ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಲಾಂಗ್ ರನ್, ಡೋಂಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಗೆಟ್ ಇಟ್. ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ short run, but this one it is the long run. There have only 2 concepts. In the short concept there have 7 concepts, but in the long run cost or shape of the long run cost curve or long run cost are only 2. That is, it means in the time period in which all inputs needed for production can be changes is called long run. It is called long run. In the long run all inputs are variable. In the long run all the inputs are variable, but in the short run one is the fixed and others are variable. Okay, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ನಾವು, ಒಂದನ್ನು ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಇಟ್ವಿ, ಉಳಿದಿದ್ದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಇಟ್ಟಿರ್ತೀವಿ. But in the long run all the factors of the production or inputs are variable. There are no fixed cost or fixed, and there are no fixed cost. The total cost and the total variable cost therefore consider the long run here. And there are 2 types of a long run. There have 2 types of a long run. One is a long run average cost LRAC and the long run marginal cost LRMC here. Long run average cost LRAC means cost per unit of output. Cost per unit of output in the long run is called long run average cost. The formula is the same. ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಅಂಕರು ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆಗೋಲ್ಲ, ಓನ್ಲಿ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಆರ್ ಸೇಮ್. LRAC is equal to TC divided by Q. This is the formula. TC means total cost divided by Q means output or quantity here. And next, long run marginal cost LRMC. Long run marginal cost LRMC is the change in total cost per unit of a change in output. That is called long run marginal cost. The formula is LRMC is equal to TCN minus TCN minus 1 here. Same formula we get here. and these are returns to scale. It means here there have a, in the long period we know that there have a three returns. The types of returns are three. Here in the production also we have studied the returns to scale, increase returns to scale, constant returns to scale, and diminishing or decreasing returns to scale. And here also we are studying that increasing returns to scale can be shown in the LRAC curve. There are three types of returns to scale. First one, increase returns to scale, IRS. Increase returns to scale implies that if we increase all the inputs by a certain proportion, output increases by a more than a proportion. It is called IRS. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲೇನಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ಸ್ಗಿಂತ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ that is called increasing returns to scale. ಅಂದರೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ನಾವು 1 ಮೀಟರ್ ಅಂತ ತೊಗೊಂಡು 2 ಶರ್ಟನ್ನು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಅಂದರೆ that is the increasing returns to scale here. And next, constant returns to scale. Here constant returns to scale implies a proportional increase in inputs resulting in proportional increases in output. So the average cost remains constant as long as the CRS operates. It is known as the CRS. It means both are equal. 1 meter ತಗೊಂಡು 1 ಮೀಟರ್ ಶರ್ಟನ್ನು ನಾವು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ದಿ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್. ಎರಡು ಏನಾಗುತ್ತವೆ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇದ್ದದ್ದನ್ನು ನಾವೇನು ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಂಟ್ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ಸ್ ಟು ಸ್ಕೇಲ್. ಆರ್ ಅನದರ್ ಒನ್, ಥರ್ಡ್ ಒನ್, ಡಿಮಿನಿಷಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸಿಂಗ್ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ಸ್ ಟು scale, DRS. DRS implies that if we want to increase the output by a certain proportion, input needed to be increased by more than the proportion. That is known as the decreasing returns to scale or diminishing returns to scale here. It is argued that in the typical firm, IRS is observed at the initially level of a production. This is then followed by the CRS and then by the DRS. Accordingly, the LRAC curve is a U-shaped curve. Both are here. We can see here diagram U-shaped curve, LRAC and LRMC. MC equal to AC in this point here. You can see this point. ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಏನಾಗಿರ್ತೈತೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟನ್ನು ಕೊಡೋಣ, ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ ಎ ಅಂತ ಕೊಡೋಣ. ಈಗ ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ ಪಿ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ ಎನಿ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗಿವ್. ಇ ಅಂತರ ಕೊಡ್ರಿ, ಪಿ ಅಂತರ ಕೊಡ್ರಿ, ಬಟ್ ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಏನಾಗಿರ್ತದೆ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಈಕ್ವಿಲಿಬ್ರಿಯಮ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್. ನೋಡೋಣ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ವಿ, ಎಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟೇವಿ. ಎಸ್ ಅಂತಂದು ಕೊಟ್ಟರು ನಡಿತೈತಿ ಶಾರ್ಟನ್ನು, ಬಟ್ ನಾವು ಇ ಅಂತ ಕೊಡೋಣ. ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಆರ ಪಿ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಎನಿ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಆದರೂ ಕೊಡ್ರಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು ಹಿಯರ್ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಯು ಶೇಪ್ಡ್ ಕರ್ವ್. ಆವ್ರೇಜ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕರ್ವ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಯು ಶೇಪ್ curve here. We can see in this diagram OY axis it is the cost and OX axis it is the output of the firm, and this is the LRMC. ನೀವು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಡೇಟಾ ಏನು ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಲ್ಲ ಆ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಆ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಹಾಕಿ ನೀವು ನಂಬರ್ ಹಾಕಿ ನೀವು ಏನಾದರೂ ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸೇಮ್ ಅದರ ಶೇಪ್ಸು ಸಹಿತ ಯು ಶೇಪ್ ಇದೇ ಟೈಪ್ ಶೇಪನ್ನು ಬರ್ತೈತಿ. ಬಟ್ ಈಗ ನಂಬರ್ ಹಾಕಿರಲ್ಲ ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದಟ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ಕಲ್ತಿರ್ತೀರಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಕರ್ವನ್ನು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಬಿಗಿನಿಂಗ್ ಎಮ್ ಸಿ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಗ್ರೇಟರ್ ದೆನ್ ಎ ಸಿ ಹಿಯರ್. ಲಾಂಗ್ ರನ್ ಎಮ್ ಸಿ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಗ್ರೇಟರ್ ದೆನ್ ಲಾಂಗ್ ರನ್ ಆ್ಯಾವ್ರೇಜ್ cost here. But in this point, equilibrium point, this one is the intersect point. It is called intersect point. E point MC is equal to the AC. It means marginal cost is equal to the average cost. After reaching certain level, that will be the marginal cost will be the higher than the average cost here. These are the long run concept, two concept, MC and AC. Very important diagram. It is compulsory for the annual exam, 4 marks or a 6 marks question here. You can see here I am given the explanation about the greater than and equal and less than. Here explanation this one, and very important concept, don't forget this one. Be prepared. This is for a 4 marks and 6 marks question according to your question bank. I am given the questions and just I am given the homework also. and homework 2 marks question covered in this topic here. What are long run cost? Long run cost are two long run cost, long run average cost and long run marginal cost. And 4 marks question explain the long run cost. Long run cost ಅನ್ನು ನೀವೇನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಷನ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. And next 6 marks question explain the shapes of a long run cost curve. Do your homework, it is very important. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸಿಗಾರ ಈ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ, 4 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸಿಗಾರ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ, 6 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸಿಗಾರ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಫಾರ್ 2 or 4 or 6 marks question. Very important topic. And with this notes or with this video I will end third chapter complete agi end ಆತ. And next week I will send 4th chapter. Okay, ಈ ವಿಡಿಯೋನ ನೋಡಿದ ಮೇಲೆ subscribe the video and like the video, and thank you.